in a couple sentences, like what's wrong with the driver? What are the issues with the driver?
I think just all in all, it's like a plain issue. I feel like one, it's speed. I get too quick, I get too fast. That baseball comes out of me and I want to just lunge at it. Practice swings feel nice and smooth. And then just that mental block, I get over it, then I get over the top, and then, you know, I try to, you know, make it happen as opposed to just letting the driver, you know, open up and then close through the swing. And then the tendency is obviously to leave it open, and then I'm hitting 3 off the tee, and, you know, I can't score that way.
And then direction-wise, when you miss, which way does it go?
It's left. It's a slice. It's a slice.
Big power fade.
Yep, yeah, power fade, lefty power fade, right? So, yeah, that's what gets me in trouble. That's why I can't score.
Okay. Do you notice any contact issues, heel, toe, high, low?
A lot of heels.
Okay.
A lot of heels, anywhere. Could be high, could be low.
Jack of all trades?
Yeah, jack of all trades,
cool.
yeah. I don't like hitting the center of the face because I like to keep these new in case I got to resell them, you know?
There we go. That's one way to look at it. So our goal relative to that clock is to reduce the amount they curve left, but also if we see a couple pulls to the right, totally cool. We're gonna hit a couple with just the grip. It's not gonna solve everything.
Right.
And then I'm gonna build you a practice station to not get the club outside, and those will be our two main factors. When you guys are practicing, you can build a wall like this just outside the golf ball, especially if you're over the top. Square the club face first, but then learn how to keep the club head inside. You're going about 70% speed here. The grip is stronger, the arms are relaxed, and you're keeping the club head inside that ball target line there. Yeah, cool, great, 70% speed. And what you're looking to do, go ahead. You gonna tell them or am I gonna tell them?
That was a nice little 3-4 yard draw.
Yeah, it was right down the middle of the fairway. We'd like to thank our partners at ShotScope for sponsoring today's video. So there we see the befores, right? The other thing with that too is like relative to your club head speed, you lose a lot of distance. So like if you're swinging, because you got a lot of speed, obviously our goal here is like if we were to hit something dead on, like we're punching something to get the maximum output dead on. Right now, when you're hitting those weak left ones, there's that, it's like a glancing blow. So we're losing a lot of speed. Now this will be good for you guys watching too, whether you're righty or lefty. Let me borrow one of those tees, sir. If you have a ball that's slicing too much, okay? Now we know we've got a little bit of heel contact, and the heel contact can make it slice as well. But, and you guys see if you can answer this at the same time. I'm gonna quiz you here, put you on the spot.
All right.
When you're playing and you get a ball that slices, and hint, you told me this already, when a ball slices, what's the one main thing we know for sure in terms of the club to the golf ball that's happening?
The face is being delivered open.
That's it. The face is being delivered open. Let's write that on the screen. Maybe we'll bold it, highlight it. Okay, if you are hitting drivers and you are watching hitting drivers and you slice it too much, the club face is too open. Now, for some of you, that's news. For other ones, you're like, yeah, duh. But if we know the face is too open and you're still slicing it, that means in a very simple sense, you're just not doing enough things to close it enough. Now, you've got a lot of heel contact, which we'll talk through, but you're not closing enough. Now, if you're slicing the ball and the face is open, what's the first thing at setup that affects club face?
Handle.
Handle, and what holds the handle?
My grip,
Your
hands, arms.
Yeah. So like how you put your hands on the club is gonna affect the club face. So when we watch your swing, the club face is too open at the top of the backswing, and then it's way too open when you come down. Way is a relative term, but like these would be more closed. And for you, that starts with your grip. So like if I just pull you up, and we can pull up on the screen here, I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on this, but you see your grip there, how the V's are pointed over here for now, we're lefty, so yours is gonna switch this, but your V's are pointed at the front side of your body, whereas they should be turned and pointed for you over by like your left shoulder, turned for you counterclockwise. If you're a right-handed golfer, turn clockwise. So your grip is on the club quite weak. Now, some players are great with weak grips, but they really do a lot in swing to close the face. Colin Morikawa, John Rahm, they would close the face a bunch. Bad news for you.
Is that don't?
We don't, yeah. So when we look at from the down the line angle, grip's on too weak. And when if you guys are hitting slices, this is the first place you want to check is grip. Make sure the grip is turned strong enough. Your ball curves left. It's not like slice, but it's like, it's over fading for sure. When you get to the top of your swing, because your wrist angles are pretty good there, but the face is too open. So if we look at the face at the top, we're just looking at his face at the top and where the club face is pointed. It's not way too open, but it's a little bit too toe down.
Yep.
But when we look during the downswing, we're also going to see this toe down position, toe behind the heel. Right. So you can see it there.
That's a recipe for disaster there.
Yeah, so look how good your wrist angles are. We're looking at when the club shaft's parallel to the ground during the downswing, and the toe is behind the heel. Hold the club face up in front with just that right arm's fine. So if this is square, guys, toe right on top of the heel, what would be open? Toe behind the heel. So anytime the toe's behind the heel, and if it's delivered from there, and it's too open, you're gonna have to do a lot of work to square it. Not impossible, but difficult.
Probably won't look good either.
Yeah, exactly. Now, when the club face is pointed open, toe behind the heel, and we're swinging at a target, what way do you think your brain's gonna try and swing to hit it towards the target? Is it gonna swing way from in to out and hit it a country mile left? Or is it gonna probably swing a little bit from out to in to try and help square the face?
Yeah, it's gonna wanna bring the toe down.
Yeah, it's gonna try and if the club face is pointed too far to the left, toe behind the heel, the only way to get it at the target is to swing from out to in for a brief moment in time. So a lot of times your over the top path is gonna come from a club face that's too open. A club face that's too open is either gonna typically be a weak grip or poor wrist angles. Poor wrist angles mean your lead wrist should be about flat. If yours is too cupped, that would make you slice it. Your wrist angles are good. So we're pretty cool with that, which is great. It's the grip is too weak, so the face is too open. Now, because the grip is too weak and the face is too open, while you get your heel shots, if we were to draw a line down the golf ball and target through that alignment rod, and that was a big wall, the club head, take your setup there, the club head should never get outside the ball target line, ever. Keep your hands on it. We'll talk about your grip in a moment. The club should arc in a little bit, right? It goes up to the top, and then to the golf ball, it should arc into the ball, hit it, and then arc back inside. Because your club face is open, you release your wrists early so it gets outside the ball target line, and that's why you hit it on the heel. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why you get the heel shot. So what we need to do is strengthen the grip. That'll make the face more square, and I'm gonna put some objects out there. We can't let the club head get outside the ball target line. Now I think your afters, we'll see how many swings this take, you're gonna hit some really good drives here. I just don't know how many swings it's gonna take. Backswing, all in all, some little tweak stuff, but pretty good. Face is too open. And then your club face is just too open. Look how far behind, we're kind of at hands hip high. So club face is too open. You can also start to see here too, we'll talk wrist angles a little bit as we go, but how your back of your glove logo and your left palm point up towards the sky. So the club face is too open, too open, too open. And then here, let's see how your club head gets outside the ball target line in impact.
Way outside.
Way outside, which is where your heel hits come from. So now for you from face on, this upper body going forward piece is like a reaction to try and help you versus a root cause thing.
Okay.
For you, for your driver, we've got to close the club face first. You guys will see commonalities if you watch our lessons. You got to fix the root stuff first. Close the club face first, keep the club from inside, then we'll talk through some of that head forward. Like when we watch you from face on, obviously the head goes too far forward, and that's going to cost us some distance. But you could have that head forward move, close the club face, and we're still gonna be fine. You lose a little bit of distance, but we're okay.
Is it the same with the irons where you can go to, your head can come forward to parallel, but then once you're at parallel, it's all turn?
100%. Maybe we'll put a good driver B-roll on the screen where we show Rory, these guys, from the top into the first part of the downswing. There's a little forward head motion as the weight shifts. Then as the weight keeps shifting forward in the hips, the head should stay back. But we got to close the club face first. So for you, that starts with grip. And if you're someone slicing it, always start with grip. And if your grip's okay, then move on to the next piece, wrist angles. Okay, grip for you. Let's take our setup there. I think you're gonna probably make the adjustment by yourself.
I was gonna say, yeah, very good.
Yeah, so as a lefty, to strengthen your grip, you would turn your hands counterclockwise in the club, which you're doing, it's great. As a righty, you would turn it clockwise. Those are just opposites. The goal here is to get the V's between the index fingers over by the trail shoulder. Take your arm and grip pressure and just reduce it by about half. So loosen your tension a little bit. So both of the V's would be over by the trail shoulder, regardless of what side you're on. Now for you, that's gonna have to feel turned a little bit.
Yeah, it feels like I'm behind them, behind everything.
Behind everything for you would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, the sensations you should feel is like, damn, this club, reduce your tension. This club face is closed. That's kind of what we're going for here in the beginning. When you slice a ball or any ball flight, you always want to flip your ball flight in practice in the beginning. So if you slice it, you want to hit some hooks to find straight. If you hook it, you want to hit some fades, maybe not slices, fades to find straight. So our goal relative to that clock is to reduce the amount they curve left, but also if we see a couple pulls to the right, totally cool. We're going to hit a couple with just the grip. It's not going to solve everything.
Right.
And then I'm going to build you a practice station to not get the club outside, and those will be our two main factors.
Okay.
So let's take 2 practice swings back up to about right here with your club. Move this way a little. 2 practice swings with your grip stronger. Keep your tension loose with the arms a little bit more. I shouldn't see as many veins popping out. Good. Grip is stronger and just swing. No other thoughts. Grip stronger, swing. That's all you got to worry about for a couple balls. One more practice swing. Grip stronger, swing. Signs of too much tension are veins popping out. So you guys keep an eye on it with me as we go here, okay? Let's hit a ball. 70-80% speed, does not matter where the ball goes. The sole purpose of this rep is just for you to hit a ball with that grip stronger. So 70-80% speed, grip stronger, you fire when ready. Beautiful. What'd that ball do? Low right?
Right.
Perfect.
Very right.
So exact opposite of our miss. What did Eric say a minute ago? When you hit a ball flight, you want to see the opposite? Okay, cool. Good. Grip stronger and then just let it rip. So especially when you're making a change, that's more of what I expected. So that ball, you hit very solid. That was crushed. It was a dead pull to the right. Okay, so when you guys are fixing your slice, this is what's going to happen. Right now you have 2 elements. Your club face is open and your path is out to in. So there's a glancing blow of some kind of fade. When you change your club face and only your club face first, now your club face is square, but you still have the out to in path. So you should hit some kind of dead pulls to the right as a lefty, dead pulls to the left as a righty, but they should feel solid and they shouldn't curve nearly as much to the left, which goes to show you that you started solving the main problem, which was the club face open. One more, grip stronger, reduce your tension in your arms, a practice swing before you hit. Grip stronger, reduce the tension in your arms. Nothing else, don't worry about anything else. Grip stronger, and when you're doing your grip, because it's your only attachment to the club with your hands, it can feel a little bit goofy, so just do a couple with just that piece first. Grip stronger, reduce the tension, swing when you're ready. Beautiful. So that ball's hooking to the right. One of the things, if you get the golf club outside of the ball target line, so this is the ball target line, let's say between the golf ball, this noodle, and that alignment rod, there's like a wall that goes forever. The club should never get on this side of this for a lefty. So if you have that problem, what you want to do is build yourself a station. And you want to build practice stations to give yourself feels, okay, that you can use when you're practicing and playing. Because even if you do get lessons or work with a coach, 99% of your practice time is by yourself. So you have to know if you're doing it correctly. Now let's take your setup in there, bub. So basically, if we get our setup in there, the club head should never get outside of this line, ever. So these that are in here, because yours goes outside of it on the way back, I'm going to put them behind the ball, these should really not be in your way at all. Now it's going to look in your way. It's going to be a little intimidating in the beginning, and we'll hit through some shots to go through it. But let's do 1 or 2 practice swings where you clip the tee. Your job is the grip stronger, and I'll let you know if you have too much or too little. Reduce the tension in your arms. Okay, so always before you go hit, maybe do it like a breath.
So I feel like I'm barely hanging on to the club right
Yeah, for you, because your grip pressure is 29 out of 10. It's got to feel loose. Yeah, good. Cool. Awesome. We've done the like strong grip tension part. That doesn't work good, right? So your job here is strong grip, no tension in your arms, and just clip the tee with the club inside those baskets. I'm not going to give you any feels yet. Cool. And so when you guys are practicing, you can build a wall like this just outside the golf ball, especially if you're over the top. Square the club face first, but then learn how to keep the club head inside. You're going about 70% speed here. The grip is stronger, the arms are relaxed, and you're keeping the club head inside that ball target line there. Yeah, cool, great, 70% speed. And what you're looking to do, go ahead. You gonna tell them or am I gonna tell them?
It was a nice little 3-4 yard draw.
Yeah, I was right down the middle of the fairway. Now he's got an advantage of, obviously he's got great eye-hand coordination. He's a great baseball player, played sports. So like these things are gonna come a little bit quicker to him. If you don't hit ball 1, 2, or 3 like that, just keep going. Like keep on those same pieces until you get it. Those are the correct fixes. Club face first, path second. We'd like to thank our partners at ShotScope for sponsoring today's video. You know that I always preach what? Feedback, feedback, feedback. You need feedback to improve your swing. Well, guess what? When you go out onto the golf course, you need that same exact feedback. ShotScope are leaders in GPS, shot tracking, and rangefinder technology. You got to look at some data and figure out where you're actually going off to build a solid plan to improve. Another thing that I love about ShotScope is they have options for everyone. Whether you just want GPS distances on the course, a great value but high performing rangefinder, or want to dive into your data, ShotScope has a product for everyone. Let's look at some of the products ShotScope offers, starting with the Pro LX Plus. The first of its kind, the Pro XL Plus, allows you to track your performance using the 16 tracking tags and provides over 100 stats to improve your game. When you use the X5 GPS watch, the lightweight tags screw right into your clubs and the watch automatically tracks your data on the golf course. The watch gives you all the distances you need on the course to help you navigate each hole. With the purchase of a performance tracking device, golfers gain free access to the ShotScope mobile app and web dashboard containing over 100 tour level statistics. Whether you want just the distance to the hole or you like all the stats that they have on there, ShotScope literally has something for everyone. Grip is strong, arms are relaxed. We're keeping the club inside that ball target line. 70% speed here is good. Beautiful. Okay, here's a good example. Now you did that about half as well. The face was still a little bit too far open, but if we showed that tracer compared to one of the ones that went farther to the left, that was probably left side of the fairway, maybe even left center as your bad, which is what we're looking for, right, with the dispersion. So you may still, when you guys slice the ball, you're not gonna go from slice to Scotty Scheffler overnight, right? But you can go from like, man, if my miss is normally 40 yards to the left and now it's only 20, that's a great improvement. And then it's only 10 and you just keep creeping in. So in practice, you wanna see some opposite ball flights. If your misses a slice, hit some draws. But when you go play, you still might fade all the balls. We're just looking for less fade. That's a great example of that. So if you look at the pictures of the first one and this one, it's not gonna look crazy different. You can see how the leading edge of the club is more up towards the sky versus toe down. But now look at the difference between the delivery. See, the toe is now right on top of the heel. Now, because his wrist angles are good, this is a grip thing. If you've got a lead wrist that's cupped, if you have wrist angle issues, it might be grip. You might need to feel like you're bowing or flexing that lead wrist or bending back that trail wrist too. Take your setup there for a second. What we're looking for as a checkpoint is when he gets to his downswing, grip strong, arms relaxed. When we get to the downswing, you want to see the club basically toe on top of heel. Okay, if we bring that forward, that's like square. See how that's square? So this is when you can check yourself. If you come down here and the toe's behind the heel, now see how to do that with his good grip. Now the wrist is too cupped, the back wrist is too flat. That might be you. You might need to feel that to square the face. See how he's twisting that closed? He doesn't need to feel that because he didn't have this issue, but you might. You might need to feel that. See how that changes the face angle. For you, it's grip. But you're looking at the club here, trying to get the toe on top of the heel, not behind. So like here's your, see how this is your stronger grip. See how now the grip, how the V's are more towards the trail shoulder. Where the V's between the thumb and index finger, if they're on the front side of your body, that's too weak, especially if you're slicing it. You want to have those on the trail side of your body. What I would do is fix the club face part first, start with the grip, fix the club face, get the club working from inside, and then we could do more of the body stuff through the hip as a reaction to it.
Well, it feels like it puts me in a better position for success to stay behind it being back here, whereas that weak makes the head want to go forward.
100%. Grip is stronger, arms are relaxed, club stays inside that ball target line. Yes, dude, beautiful. So like that should feel really solid.
Yeah, it feels solid.
Very solid. And the ball was a straight pull to the right. So what do we know we did well there? We had the club face square, but the club path was still a little bit out the end. Yeah, exactly. That's what we want in the beginning. Now, when we come down and through, instead of this getting out this way through the golf ball, I want you to feel like this stays in here and this works a little bit more this way.
Okay.
So for you, what's going to make you hit pulls and swing over the top is head forward, club from outside. That'd be our bad, as you know. What's going to make it good is head back, club from inside, right? So let's take your setup there. I'm going to take that ball out for a second. And let's do a couple practice swings. Keep your hands on the whole time, reduce your grip pressure a little bit. Slowly take it back to about hip high. So let's say when you get during the downswing, you'll be loaded in about like here. From there, slowly get to impact and then get through impact. So you're going to feel like this, push your hips towards me more. This is about what your follow through is going to feel like. Heads back, a little baseball-y in here, right? Arms extended with the club out for you to the left. Let's do that again. Get the delivery, good job. Hips forward, good. So that this feeling, keep your hands on, this feeling is this club is going to be working from in here to there. Because now the club face is more square, right? It's going to be in to out. In, out. The head stays back as we're doing it. In, out. In, out. Okay. Show me that same sensation without a ball. Yes, yeah. So you're letting that club head sling by you as that head stays back and we're working it in, out. Yeah, Yes. Your brain would never, ever, ever do this if your club face is open.
Yeah, I've been doing the other for too long.
Yeah, dude, if your club face is open and you hang back, well, it feels like hang back, head back and swinging now, you would hit the ball 100 yards left.
Yeah.
So of course you went the other way. But now the grip should feel strong. We just saw the ball missing to the right. You see how this works, guys? You have to trick your brain into changing these things. It's got to see the opposite. Now you know it went right. So now there's motivation to keep the head back and swing the arms in and out.
Straighten it out.
Yeah. Okay, a couple little practice swings with that again, and then we'll put a ball in. So the head stays back. Maybe let's show Rory on the screen. So the head stays back, the arms go by and from inside. Yes. So they see how the head stays back and the arms sling by. And then his normal, do a bad one. Head forward. Yeah, exactly. Okay, get rid of that. Do a good one again. So grip is strong. That's the whole starting point. Yes. So now he's not going to learn this in a swing, okay? And neither are you. You got to get the grip in club face. Have you heard that before? You got to get that part first, and then you'll be able to do these pieces through the hip better. Let's try it. Let's put it together. From a learning perspective, you might be better off flipping your miss for like a month, just like 30 days, so your brain sees all those right misses and has motivation to do the thing through the golf ball. But let's try. So your job here is grip strong, arms are relaxed, it's set up. And with that strong grip, yeah, you're going to feel that arms going in and out. Let the club head pass you. Arm, do that again. Arms in and out, let the club head pass you. Let the club head go. And then you're trying to not hit that ball. And the head stay back. Good. Grip is strong, arms relaxed. Head back, arms go by you. Yes, dude. So there's another one where you probably did that 80% as well. That ball faded probably, I don't know, 10, 15 yards. It's still left side of the fairway. Again, you're not going to be like fully ready to do this whole thing, but it's a starting point. Grip strong, that a baby. Awesome. 80% speed. Beautiful, dude. That's what I want your ball. I might need to get down. That's what that should feel like where you're doing those. You got to do these earlier pieces earlier on. So when you guys are watching this, okay, find the root thing first. Find a good coach, go to cogornogolf.com. Find the root thing that causes your ball flight issue. If it's a slice, check grip first, then wrist angles, then arm rotation in that order. Fix the earlier thing first. Find your root issue, fix the earliest thing first, and flip your ball flight so your brain sees the opposites. Once you do those for a period of time, it'll be much easier to fix the downswing things through the golf ball for a lot of you. I think that's a good little recap. Any words of wisdom for the viewers?
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, just be patient. I have a problem with I'll hit a few good ones and then I'll go back to the old ways. Just be patient with it if you hit a couple good ones and just stay
at it. It's time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think the moral of the story is no veins popping out.
Yeah.
That's the lesson of the day.